You're listening to the coolest of the cool, the Koolykool Show. Yes, you're listening to the coolest of the cool, the Koolykool Show. This Thursday night special. You're listening here live on the coolest of the cool, the Koolykool Show with your host, Brent. Kicking it here live on this Thursday. Yes. The Kool Show. Yes! You're kicking it here live on the coolest of the cool, the Koolykool Show with your host, Brent. Kicking it here on this Thursday night special. And my other song that I had originally in the beginning, it's kind of a slow, kind of like, we're back here, but you're here listening live Thursday on the coolest of the cool, the Koolykool Show. Yep, with my own mix beats. If you're listening, go and stand up, get your groove on, shake your thing. Yep, we're rocking it from coast to coast, north to south, and yes, maybe in Antarctica. And if you're in Antarctica listening, drop down a message or whatever. Let me know if you're listening and what you think. Here live on the coolest of the cool, the Koolykool Show. Yep. Got a lot to talk about here tonight on the coolest of the cool, the Koolykool Show. We got Omricon, CDC, coronavirus, the variant, mask, no mask, vax, no vax, or anti-vax, asteroids, alien invasions. Who the hell knows? At this point in time, it's just getting crazy. 2022 is already got a lot of questions. So, about to get into it in just a second. We'll get everything all set up and ready to go. Be sure to follow us on our other social media platforms. You can follow us on my Twitter account at Koolykool2412. You can also follow me on my Instagram page at Brent the Champ. You can also follow me on my YouTube channel and TikTok channel, both the same, the Koolykool Show. Be sure to let you know that my podcasts are automatically uploaded to my YouTube channel. So if you missed anything of my live podcast, go ahead and check it out on my YouTube channel. Well, thank you for those listening to this amazing podcast here on the coolest show around, the Koolykool Show. Shh, don't let everybody know that you're watching it while you're listening to the Koolykool Show, because if we get too popular, then people are going to want to be cool, just like you are, that's listening to this podcast. So try to keep and refrain from being too cool to listen to the Koolykool Show. All right, yeah, I'm going crazy. Yeah. So, but anyway, thank you for all of you out there that are listening to this amazing podcast. You are what make this show spectacular and awesome. And if you haven't been told this already, you are special. So, there's a lot of crazy things going on in the world today. As I already briefly said, Omricon, Megatron, Delta variant, coronavirus, flu corona, anti-vax, booster, double booster, triple booster, alien invasion, asteroids coming, Russia's arguing, or Russia wants to invade, U.S. is saying, you better not. There is just a lot of stuff going on around the world, and it's just seemingly that I guess it is what it is. A lot of people are focusing more on the social media the social media to follow the news, and the news is kind of outletting itself to the social media platforms, which is kind of giving way to kind of crazy shit, because then people are just going to make crazy stuff, and then news outlets just kind of trying to carry that narrative, as we've heard so for the past couple years. They're just fitting a narrative. We've heard that so much. This is kind of it's one of those things where we're already in January. There's already shit that's popping off. There's already stuff that's kind of going crazy. I mean, I'm going to touch a little bit based on this coronavirus. If you listen to my podcast before, I've gotten vaccinated. People probably say, "Oh, I can't believe you got. You don't even all said that. That's not been FDA approved. And they're human lab rats." Look, I get the flu shot every year. More or less, my doctor's like, "Hey, have you gotten your flu shot?" No. Great. You want to get it today? Because, I'm just like, what? I might as well go ahead, because you know what? You're not going to lay off. So I might as well just go ahead and get the flu shot. And I just go ahead and get the flu shot. So I got the coronavirus. Well, no. I got the COVID-19 vaccination. I got that. I got the shot. I haven't got the booster. I don't know what the booster do. Hypothetically, considering the fact, and this is probably one of my conspiracy mindsets, is hypothetically, we're all like, oh, we don't know what's in it. Could it be that these vaccines are just water? Yeah. They're injecting water into you. They want to see how crazy people are. And this is probably going to be, as what I said beforehand, as far as Area 51, where everybody's like, I'm going to start Area 51. I want to know the secrets. I want to know the aliens. I want to see the spaceships. And then Area 51 is playing a big joke, big hoax on everyone. And they're like, oh, get the vaccine. It's like, oh, we've done research. And the vaccine's actually nothing but, water. But think about it this way: if it is water, and then they get the booster, get some good water. But think about it: if it is water, let's just put it this way: think of Johnson & Johnson's vaccine as the tap water, and think of Moderna's vaccine if it is water. Think of them as Deer Park. And if you want to go so much, think of Pfizer as the really expensive stuff. I don't know the exact name because I don't. Let's think of it as like the core. The one with a blue top on the top. Think of it as like the premier top shelf water that you want to be drinking that's going to get you all your, replenish everything in you, even though each and every single water does the exact same goddamn thing. But you're paying for the name because it sounds better. But in this case, as we're talking about vaccine, you're not paying anything for the vaccine. You're getting the vaccine. Yeah? It's just filled with water. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the water. And then they hit you with the booster. Maybe they're, boom, giving you a little Gatorade. Spark them electrolytes going into you. Instead of you just having to worry about the water trying to help the electrolytes, bam, you're getting this Gatorade surge in you, making you feel a little bit better, hydrating you a little bit, quicker. Get back on that ball playing field, whatever it may be. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it is incredibly weird on how, as amount of the stuff is going on right now, the CDC is doing their best to cope with the situation at hand, and they're doing their best to, figure out what it is that, well, basically what I'm trying to get is, the CDC is doing their best to get the information out there to the public, to educate the public, to let them know what's going on, to keep them informed so that there's not misinformed information that's causing to be bad information, because bad information is misinformation, and misinformation is bad information. And, it's one of those things that just like, goodness gracious, does it really have to be like this, because right now, I know, I just sniffled. I just, kind of did that. I know probably if somebody's like, oh man, that's a symptom, that's a sign, runny nose. Last time I thought runny nose just might mean anything. You just kind of smelling something or whatever. But I'm just looking at here in the CDC COVID data tracker. My tongue. CDC COVID data tracker. United States at a glance. Cases apparently have 63 million cases. And it says 79.4% of people plus 5 with at least one vaccination. So that means at least one people have had at least one of the vaccination. Just kind of go over, trying to see some of the information on here as far as, the actual kind of, the data in this as far as what's going on, because a lot of people have been noticing very trend, and it's been happening in the past, I guess, since last year, where I don't know if I'm saying it, Omricon. It's a new variant of the coronavirus, and apparently it is changed into the Omricon, and it's a little bit more dangerous and deadlier than the regular coronavirus. Since, if you can remember, people were saying, oh, the coronavirus is now mutating, and it's called the Delta variant. People were scared of that, and then next you know, it turned into the Omricon, unless there might be another one in between. And they're like, oh my God, the Omricon. And apparently they're saying that people who are vaccinated are getting the coronavirus, and they're like, what the hell? I've got vaccinated. And they're like, oh my goodness. First of all, as I said before, please listen. If you get the COVID-19 vaccination shot, it's not going to prevent you from not getting the coronavirus. It's just going to lessen your symptoms of if you were to get the coronavirus. And it's not going to stop you from getting it. It's just going to limit the symptoms. It's just like you get the flu shot. You get the flu shot to prevent getting all the full effects of the flu. Because if you don't have the shot and you do get the flu shot, then the flu's going to really jack you up. But not as bad if you already had the flu shot. So, but in this case, a lot of people who have had the vaccination shots already have been coming down with getting the coronavirus in the past couple of weeks. And apparently, the people who have gotten the coronavirus, who've had their vaccination shots, are apparently the mad spreaders, germ carriers, virus carriers for this Omicron. And, at this point in time, you see somebody that's sniffling, sneezing, wheezing, coughing, probably looking crazy. You probably want to stay the hell away from them. But that's apparently is these people who are vaccinated already have it, and people are, saying, oh, well, they got the vaccine and they're getting it, and the numbers show that the people that got the vaccination are contracting it. Yeah, but that would be probably the same statistic as far as the fact that people are getting their vaccination shot as sort of than people as a year ago where people really didn't get the vaccination shot and people were still coming with the cases of people having coronavirus. But now it's people have the vaccination shot, but yet they're the same numbers. It just kind of flip-flopped to where people who have vaccinated are still getting the virus, but the symptoms of them getting the full brunt of the coronavirus are less, and it's not going to get the full brunt of it. That's what people kind of don't understand. But you have the media, you have everybody making these videos and talking, oh, look at it, it's just, I tell you right now, me personally, I don't really give a damn. I mean, I care because I don't want anybody to get sick, and I don't want anybody to be, really affected from it. But as for me, as when I say I don't really care, I'm talking in the aspect of, how to put it this way, when it comes to mask wearing, whether you want to get the shot or not. That's what I'm talking about. The CD says you should wear, like the Dr. Fauci, you should wear this, you should wear, the mask on. Maybe one mask is not good enough. You should be wearing two. Matter of fact, you should be wearing three. You should be wearing a total number. You should isolate. You stay the hell away from everybody. That's me, because I'm Dr. Fauci. I believe you should be, staying the hell away from your family, especially your family. Staying the hell away from them. Staying the hell away from the family dog. Stay the hell away from them. Stay away from your friends. Matter of fact, stay away from everything, and just everybody listen to me, because I'm going to tell you everything that's going to be completely right and about all this stuff. Your mask is going to prevent, but don't worry, but if you happen to tend to fart, you will smell it, okay? But trust me, that has nothing to do with the fact that I want you to wear 15 masks a day. Once you have one mask on, and just let it be known that you have these masks on, that your mask is going to prevent something. It's going to prevent people, them droplets of bad breath from another person dropping onto your face and dropping onto your hands, dropping onto your eyelids, dropping onto your facial surface. Just let it be known it's not going to do enough. I want you to wear 15 to 25 masks. But matter of fact, if you can get a gas mask and you want to go into Mark 15 alpha level Delta, almost any of the world abomination suits, I want you to wear that. And I want you to make sure that you wear it in a comfortable manner to where, you stay the hell away from everybody still. Stay away from your family, especially your family, because they're the main carriers. Okay, the main carriers. You want to lock yourself in a room. Stay the hell away from them. Okay? And definitely your friends. Don't talk to your friends, okay? Because Dr. Fauci, doesn't really have friends besides being the spokesperson for possibly the CDC and possibly the spokesman for the, sickness and the health thing, for the, it's going on everywhere. I just want you to understand it. I don't care. I like, my thing is, and I'm pretty much fed up with this. You want to get your shot? Get your shot. If you don't want to get your shot, don't get your shot. Okay? You want to wear your mask? Wear your mask. If you don't want to wear your mask, don't wear your mask. Okay? End of story. I don't know what else to tell you. Alright? But at the same time, I mean, they've knocked this down so many times. Beforehand, it was like a lot of these places now, it's just like, if you have the COVID-19, they're like, stay the hell home. You got 5 days, and then after that, come back to work. Beforehand, it was 14 days. You got the COVID-19, you have 14 days mandatory, stay the hell away from us, get better, don't come here. Now it's 5. And then here's the catcher, which all this is that in some professions, some jobs right now, they're saying, if you come in contact with somebody in your household that has the coronavirus, but yet you're not experiencing any symptoms of sickness, come into work. We'll work with you, but just come into work, just try to stay away from the person that's in your household that has the COVID-19 or, that's sick to get whatever. But come to work. Okay, come to work. Work your ass off and do the things that you need to do as far as work-related things. That's what they're telling. Come to work, do the work thing. If you're not having any symptoms, with the person who might be positive in your house or is positive, I don't get that. Beforehand, you were telling me if somebody's sick in your household with the coronavirus, you need to quarantine yourself too, because you don't know if they might have transmitted to you and you're carrying it. And then if you go to work, you might be passing on to somebody else. I don't get that. Can somebody enlighten me about that? Because I really don't understand that part. It sounds ludicrous to talk about, because guess what? We got to talk about that, because it does sound ludicrous. Somebody's positive for a virus that can be transmitted quite easily, as they have put it, but they told you, said, no, stay away. Quarantine yourself 14 days. Now, if you're not experiencing any symptoms, the person that's living in your house has been tested positive, but you're not experiencing any symptoms, you're feeling okay, come on to work. Don't worry about it. All right, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But I think more or less at this point in time, people are just like, you know what, can we just get back to some things, normalities? And for the most part, we actually have gotten back to them, because people still go places where they want. They don't wear their masks, and people wear their masks. Me personally, I put it this way. If I'm going to be in a setting where there's probably a lot of people, I'm wearing my mask. All right? If I think it's going to be a low volume amount of people, which I can kind of gauge this out, I'm not going to wear my mask. No. I'll wear my mask when there's a high volume. If I know I'm going to have a lot of space in between, it's a lot of stuff that's going on with this. I mean, I don't know. We just kind of work together to get through this together. And hopefully, I guess, I don't know. But I don't want to delve too much onto this whole coronavirus, because this kind of eats up the most of my time, because I don't like talking about it too much. But I do want to know that Shake Shack and Fries, go get your shot and get some Shake Shack and Fries. Get a cheeseburger. Get a burger. You know what I mean? So I one other thing I heard is but I honestly think Area 51, I think, was a couple years ago when they were actually thinking about storming Area 51. I think this is a complete this is revenge for trying to attempt, or wanting to think, that they were going to try to bum rush. That's what I like to think about, is I think they were trying to do a mass bum rush of the Area 51, and Area 51 was like, oh no, you want to play games with us? Guess what? We'll be playing games with you in the coming years. Trust you, believe me. And I think that the last laugh is the people at Area 51's getting their last laugh. They're like, yeah, man, these motherfuckers thought the entire goddamn time there was some we made it. It was something. It was something to make you say. But yeah, the vaccination shot was nothing water. We put water in it. We put some tap water and Johnson & Johnson. the Moderna. All right, we can give them some Deer Park water. Put that in, make it feel good. But I think pretty much, I'm not saying it's a government conspiracy, but I think there's a lot of things going on. So we're going to shift gears from there, talking about that. And in the news, apparently Russia has been having some issues as trying to, what they want to do. They have issues with Ukraine. And I believe it's Ukraine. Russia's having issues with Ukraine, and apparently, there's like a threat of Russia wanting to invade Ukraine, and Ukraine has asked the assistance of the European countries into telling Russia, no, we will not be invaded by Europe. And I mean, it's a big thing right now in Europe. Right here in the United States, not many people are probably really following it, but this is kind of actually a huge deal. because you have, once again, it's in a European country, and I'll get into it just a little bit. You have Russia, who they feel as though Ukraine belongs to them and it should be part of it. And this is what typically has happened in Europe. So they're both knocking at the doorstep. You don't know what's going on really much because they're not really talking about it, and they're kind of cease to talk. But there has been some talks coming up in the coming days where the United States and its European allies and other countries in Europe are going to sit down at the table with Russia and talk about, hey, don't invade Ukraine. Please don't invade them. And the reason why, because if any sudden movement by Russia to actually show invading Ukraine, it is going to be met with a ton of coalition forces, allies, European allies, that are going to see that as a very negative thing, and there will be repercussions. And we're looking at serious, possibly deadly repercussions in reference to this. And I'm just saying this because, and this is what I'm going back to, is Europe has always been this. And I think the main reason why you typically see situations, because you've seen this dated back from eons and eons and eons, but you see this in the past century, in the 1900th century, that you see a lot of these European countries, they are so separated into so many different areas of this is that country, that country, that. And these countries all neighbor each other. And for some odd reason, each country says, that's our people. We want our people back, and we want our land back where our people are at. And then they do an invasion because they said, historically, that land belonged to us with our people, and we're just doing it to liberate them and to rejoin everyone. You see that a lot with Europe. Europe does that. And he said it doesn't help for the fact that Europe is a big continent, and it houses different countries. Some countries, the majority of the countries speak different languages. Their traditions are a lot different. And I think that's a lot of the problem that happens. And Russia tends to do this, saying Ukraine, the country, the land used to belong to Russia, and Russia, it says, hey, they weren't given permission to break away, to get away. They need to belong back to us. We're not playing games. Get back over with us. Do what we tell you to do, goddammit. That's pretty much what people are seeing. The United States hasn't really touched much on it, but I do read that the United States does willing to sit down with other European allies to talk to Russia and tell them the great importance of them not to invade Ukraine, because it's going to be come back with a lot of hostility, a lot of blowback, and it's just not going to look good on any part. And I know damn well the United States does not want to deal with a European conflict and assist or to help out with Europe issues. Don't. Really don't. I think one of probably the last conflicts, but that was more dealing with a lot of militia groups, was the Bosnia. It was the Bosnia War, with the Serbs. We're kind of doing the same thing, trying to conquer and take some land and country back, which they felt was rightly owned by them and their people. And I mean, like I said, it wasn't a very long war, but at the same time, it was kind of like he could have talked this a little bit better to try to diffuse the situation. But unfortunately, sometimes stuff like that doesn't really work, or nobody wants to listen, and then they have to use other means to justify the cause, I guess. Who knows? But we do know that there's a lot of stuff going on out there in the rest of the world. Apparently, there is an asteroid half a mile in size, supposed to pass Earth. Now, I don't know why they keep bringing this up as far as asteroids and all this stuff. It's just so mind-boggling, draining when you hear about this stuff. And they've been talking about this for a while. And if, like, if you follow me, I've been told you about how they planned on in November to launch about 60 to 70 rockets for an asteroid that's impending to crash and hit. It's on a collision course to hit Earth, and they're 2160 to 2170. But they need your funding to start these rockets to get them up there to go there, because that's how long it's going to take for this asteroid to get here. That amount of time from this time to 2006 to 2070. They don't got the exact date, not the exact year, but they know between that time frame. But we need to get the rockets going. We need to get the rockets out there. I haven't heard anything about no rockets being shot out there. Who the hell knows at this point? But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, Jesus. So, we come out of our halfway point. I'm gonna go get something to drink, as I always do at my halfway point. I'm gonna go get something to drink, and we'll be right back more with the coolest of the Koolykool Show. We're gonna talk about some more other stuff, any stuff I can come up with the top of my head that I know is plaguing my mind right now. What's going on with the world, society, and everything. So, yeah, definitely. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more of the coolest of the Koolykool Show with your host Brent. Be right back. I'm gonna go get something to drink, and then we're gonna be back with it. All right, stay tuned. Be right back in just a second.
Come on. 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 Come on.
Back here live on the coolest of the cool, the Koolykool Show with your host, Brent, kicking it here live on this Thursday night special. Yeah, we're talking about a whole bunch of other things. We're talking about Omricon, the coronavirus. We're talking about Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, Pfizer might be watering the vaccination. Who knows? Talking about how Area 51 is getting its revenge on the whole world and society. Talking about Russia possibly trying to make a move to invade Ukraine. I think that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Talk about the asteroid that's supposed to be flying by. Talk about the rockets that haven't gone by to divert the impending asteroid. Supposed to come at 2160 to 2170. So, if I haven't told you already, make sure you follow us on our other social media platforms. You can follow me on my other social media platforms, and that would be at my Twitter at Koolykool2412. You can also follow me on my Instagram page. It's Brent the Champ. Yes, Brent the Champ. You can also follow me on my YouTube channel and TikTok channel, both named the Koolykool Show. So, yeah. So we're back here after a little break. As I said, I'll just go get myself something to drink. You know what I mean? So we had a lot of various things we're talking about a lot of things that's going on in the world and what people are anticipating. Well, not so much anticipating, people are wondering the hell about. I don't know. Well, the NFL season, the regular NFL season just ended, and now it's playoff time, baby. It's playoff time. My team is the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm telling you right now, people think, "Oh yeah, Dallas girl." My team is the Dallas Cowboys. I love the Cowboys. In my honest opinion, I've always said this as far as with the Cowboys, that the Dallas Cowboys have a good offense. They can put up points. They can score. And I said the only biggest drawback with the Dallas Cowboys is that the fact they needed a defense. They needed to stop teams from scoring or stop teams from advancing and also get turnovers. The Dallas Cowboys defense can stop teams and they can get and force turnovers, and that is what I believe is going to carry them through this playoff season. And my honest opinion, I'm gonna say that the Cowboys are gonna go to the Super Bowl and they're winning it. I'm telling you right now, I feel it. I'm telling you. It's a long time coming for them. They've been building, and like I said, they needed to do what I just said to get the defense going. But I'm not going to stray and going to talk on the Cowboys and talk on sports because I could talk all day about that one. I can go back and forth with why I don't like the Eagles. I know. I like the Eagles. I think the Eagles, their colors, uniforms are good. But like I said, I'm a Cowboys fan. So, yeah, but there is there's a lot of other stuff that's going on in the world. I think we all kind of just have to sit down and talk. Oh yeah, matter of fact, okay, the breakaway. This is probably going to be lean on the other side. Probably gonna talk about this for another 2 minutes. All right, so. Now, I just want to know, does anybody believe that TikTok favors what people look like? So if you look good or you got a big badonkadonk, do you think that will cater to you? Because I know so many people tried to get TikTok famous, and that's a line. I was like, you're trying to get TikTok famous. And me, I'm not trying to get TikTok famous. But if you check one of my videos out, the recent one I just posted, it's actually pretty funny. I mean, I don't even say anything in it. But I do appreciate the tons of people that actually showed my video some love and support. Yeah, I thought it was going to be pretty funny. But it's actually trueness to it. But from what I was saying, do you think some of these social media things are to cater to, I guess, I'm not saying anything bad about the females. I love my women. I love my women. But do you think it caters to a lot of females as far as if they show a little skin? Because TikTok is known for if you shake your booty, you know that guys are going to be looking and guys going to be like, yeah, because, guys are like, yeah, baby. But for guys, you better have some funny-ass content or be a popular dude or look like a girl or something like that. I don't know. And then you could probably get famous, I guess, because you're appealing. You're appealing to that type. Does anybody feel that way? Does anybody think that's like that? I'm not saying it. I'm just saying it. Sometimes I feel it because I see a lot of girls on TikToks. They just shake their ass and they wear tons of makeup and they're, the next people are blowing up famous. But then on the other hand, when people actually try to make really good content and it's really funny and it's really good, then they're not getting their videos pushed out as others would get their stuff pushed out. I mean, let's face it. The game's rigged. It always has. It's going to continue to be rigged. So I guess it's one of those things you just have to deal with it. So I don't know. Oh. And we've come to the end of another wonderful Koolykool Show episode. So, yeah. Just to let you know, make sure you follow me on my other social media platforms. Be sure to follow me on my Twitter account. It's Koolykool2412. Be sure to follow me on my Instagram page at Brent Champ. Be sure to follow me on my TikTok and YouTube channel, The Koolykool Show. If you missed my live podcast here, live brought to you by Spreaker.com, you can be sure to listen to it once it uploads onto my YouTube channel, and that's at The Koolykool Show. Sure, if you're not listening to it on Spreaker, you can also listen to my podcast on iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. Yes. So, I had something else that I wanted to say, but I lost my train of thought. It's probably going to come to me after the show is off. That's how it tends to happen. Always does. But definitely, yeah, darn it, I lost my train of thought. But anyway, as always, thank you for listening. Take care. Hey, we're in 2022. It's awesome. Be grateful and be thankful. So, as always, you're already here live on the Coolest of the Cool, the Koolykool Show with your host, Brent. Take care. Thank you.